Welcome back, folks, to another episode of Totally Unimpressed, where I, Morty, wade through the swamp of internet nonsense so you don't have to. Today, we're diving into a video titled Bolt.DIY Qwen QwQ-32B, develop a full-stack apps with free AI coder without writing any code. Sounds like a mouthful, doesn't it? I mean, if I wanted to hear someone ramble on about coding without actually coding, I'd just listen to my neighbor's cat howling at the moon. What's next? A tutorial on how to bake a cake without using any ingredients. But hey, I'll keep my grumpiness in check, at least for a moment. Because who knows, maybe this will be as shocking as a frog in a tuxedo, or it'll stink worse than my bog after a rainstorm. Either way, grab your snacks, settle in, and let's see if this video can impress a cynical toad like me. And if it doesn't, well, don't forget to like and subscribe, because misery loves company. Let's hop to it.
This is Bolt.DIY running locally on my computer, and I'm using QwQ-32B. This is a reasoning model recently released by Alibaba, and QwQ-32B is direct competitor of DeepSeek R1. Here's a very detailed comparison of benchmarks between QwQ-32B and DeepSeek R1.
A detailed comparison of benchmarks. Wow, riveting stuff. I can hardly contain my excitement, said no one ever. It's like watching paint dry, but with more numbers. I mean, who doesn't love a good bar graph? It's the kind of thing that makes you want to jump out of your seat and, well, take a nap instead. If I wanted to see a bunch of bars, I'd just look at my local tavern's drink menu. But hey, at least they're trying to make it look fancy. Just remember, folks, numbers don't always equal fun.
OpenAI O1 Mini, DeepSeek R1 distilled with Llama 70B, and DeepSeek R1 distilled with Qwen 32B. You can see QwQ in red beating all of these different models in all of these different benchmarks. There's this very detailed blog about QwQ-32B. If you're interested, you can read it. I will leave a link in description. You can try this model on chat.qwen.ai absolutely for free. But in this video, our goal is to use this QwQ-32B model for coding using Bolt.DIY. If you're interested to run this model locally, you can do that using Ollama. You can just go to ollama.com and then you can download Ollama locally on your computer. You can find this QwQ model in here. The total download size is 20 GB, so make sure that you have enough space on your computer, and also make sure that you have a good GPU to make sure that this model runs fast on your computer. But in this video, we'll use this model through OpenRouter. We can use this model through OpenRouter API key absolutely for free. You can just go to openrouter.ai and then inside this search bar, just enter QwQ and you can find this QwQ-32B. And
The classic just go to this website move. It's like saying, if you want to eat, just go to a restaurant. Thanks for the tip, Captain Obvious. I mean, who doesn't love a good scavenger hunt for AI models? It's not like I have anything better to do than type QwQ into a search bar. But hey, at least they're making it sound easy. Just remember, folks, if it were that simple, I'd have a whole library of AI models in my bog by now.
32B, and we can use it absolutely for free. From here, just click on this API key and then click on this create API key button, and it will give you this API key. We can use this API key inside Bolt.DIY. Now I have already downloaded Bolt.DIY on my computer. I have covered the installation of Bolt.DIY in several videos. To download Bolt.DIY locally on your computer, you can simply just go to this URL, which is Bolt.DIY, and then after that it will open this GitHub repository. In here you can simply just clone this GitHub repository. I will leave a link in description for a detailed installation guide. I have covered the installation steps several times on my videos, but I'll just quickly explain it here. First thing that you need to do, simply just create an empty folder, and after that just open that folder inside terminal. Then simply just write this command git clone and then provide that URL. Then press enter and it will download that locally on your computer. After that, you need to run these three commands inside your downloaded directory. So once Bolt.DIY will be downloaded on your computer, you can simply just open that downloaded directory, open that inside your terminal, and then you can just run these three commands one by one. This is
The classic run these three commands bit. It's like a magic spell for tech wizards. Just wave your wand, type away, and hope for the best. If only it were that easy in real life. I can just picture it. Hey Morty, how do I fix my car? Oh, just run these three commands. If only I could fix my bog that way. But hey, at least they're showing us the ropes, even if it feels like a crash course in tech wizardry. Just remember, folks, if you mess it up, don't come croaking to me.
This is how it will look like. That just run the second command, which is pnpm install, and then it will take a couple of minutes to install all of these libraries. After that, just run this npm run dev, and then it will give you this localhost URL. Simply just open this localhost URL inside your Chrome browser. It is also recommended to use Chrome Canary browser. You can download this browser from Google Chrome. Once you have opened this URL, it will just open this page for you. Sometimes it will not show you this API keys section in here. So all you have to do, you'll simply just have to click on this reload button, and then you can simply just access all of these different API keys options in here. After that, you can simply just go to settings of this Bolt.DIY, and then you can simply just go to your local providers, and from local providers, let's suppose if you're using LM Studio, or maybe if you're using this QwQ model through Olama, so make sure that you have enabled this options from here. But because we are going to use through Open Router, so just select this Open Router option from here. After that, from here inside search model, just look for QwQ, and then from here just look for the free version.
The classic just look for the free option advice. It's like saying, if you want to save money, just don't spend any genius. I mean, who doesn't love a good scavenger hunt for free stuff? It's almost as thrilling as watching grass grow, but hey, at least they're making it sound like a treasure hunt. Just remember folks, free doesn't always mean easy. If it were that simple, I'd have a whole collection of free snacks in my bog by now.
Look for the free version of QwQ, which is this one, QwQ-32B free version. So just make sure that you have selected that, and then after that, you can, now you're good to go. You can just give your command and create anything that you want. I'll just give it a command, create a landing page for my habit tracker app in next.js. Then simply just press on enter, and now it will start writing code. Now it is just creating our empty next.js project and setting up all of the code files. There was an error. I'll just click on fix error, and now it is just fixing that error. Okay, this is what it has created. This is
the classic fix error button, because who doesn't love a little digital magic? It's like waving a wand and hoping for the best. But let's be real, if fixing errors were that easy in life, I'd have a lot fewer complaints about my bog. And look at that landing page. It's got more features than I have patience for. Smart reminders, streak tracking, sounds like a lot of pressure for a habit tracker. Just remember folks, if you're tracking your habits, make sure one of them is not to get too overwhelmed by all this tech.
created. This is very ugly result.
Well folks, we've just waded through yet another glorious pile of internet nonsense together, and what a delightfully draining experience it was. So I dipped my toes into Bolt.DIY Qwen QwQ-32B, and shocker, my expectations were met and still exceeded my threshold for boredom. Who knew developing apps without writing code could be so vibrant? Spoiler, it's like watching grass grow, but with a keyboard. I started off with a mix of skepticism and morbid curiosity, and what did I get? A lot of fluff masquerading as educational content. Benchmark comparisons that had me yawning deeper than a hibernating bear. Just go to this website suggestions that felt just shy of patronizing, and a whole lot of run these commands that made me want to run and hide. I guess if it were any easier, we wouldn't need a manual. Just a magic wand, am I right? The free option adventure we went on. Oh, does it get any better than treasure hunts for freebies? It's about as thrilling as finding a rock in the woods. And please, if fixing errors were as simple as pushing a button, I'd be running the municipal offices instead of sitting in this bog complaining about it. In conclusion, this video stings worse than my bog after a rainstorm, but if you're in the mood for a digital nap, then hey, it might just do the trick. If you're as unimpressed as I am, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, because why not? Misery loves company. After all, and if you want to see more of my delightful grumbling, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, keep your expectations low and your snacks close, because the internet's only going to get more absurd from here.